What's good, y'all? I'm here to talk about the GOAT Cinccino and the really awesome changes I've made, not only to the typing and of course the stats, but most importantly the move pool and how all the new move changes in my hack synergize with these new with the two old abilities they have, as well as fur coat. But before I get into explaining my thought process behind everything and how all this works, I want to have a quick disclaimer for new viewers. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you clicking on the video. It means a lot. Make sure y'all Make sure y'all read the description if you haven't already, if you're new. It's really important. Also, shout out to all my returning viewers. It means a lot. But as you can see on screen, when you're done with the video, you can check out this very Google sheet you're looking at right now. It has all of the moves in the game organized in great detail. But before you get to the end of the video, I would recommend you pause and read the description. Again, it just has all that background info you might want about the ROM hack if you're new here. And yeah, I appreciate all my returning viewers. Make sure y'all drop a comment, leave a like, sub if you haven't already, share this video around, share my hack around, help support my work. But yeah, Cinccino. So fairy typing, flavor, logic, explanation, first things first. You guys, most of you hopefully watching this understand that most fairy types fall into like one of, I would say, 3 or 4 major categories. They're either super cutesy and like kind of graceful or pretty or elegant, or they're having some magical elements or mythical elements, or even just being like pink and cute or whatever. Even like being like super cleanly or like kind of just having that overall vibe to them. Similar to like Azumarill, for example. And don't give me that moon rabbit bullshit. It's literally just a cute like little rabbit guy. I think Cinccino fits very well. I don't know if I don't know if I would go as far as to say it should be fairy and vanilla, but I think for ROM hack, it makes plenty of sense. There are other fairy types with similar, like Wigglytuff, for example, right? Wigglytuff. I mean, I guess technically you'd have also the Moonstone and vanilla, but it's basically just like a cute little thing, right? Little creature. So yeah, I think Cinccino fits fairy typing well. And then obviously gameplay wise, it gives it that extra stab, extra resist, extra immunities, all that good stuff. Only downside is you do lose you do gain like 2 weaknesses. It's not a big deal though. Anyway, yeah, fur coat is really cool defensively because despite the HP decrease, which I just did for flavor reasons and BST reasons and stuff. I mean, not even BST reasons, mostly just flavor, just because I don't want them to be like that absurdly bulky, but they are definitely very tanky, and they do have great utility options like Encore and Wish and other debuffing moves like Charm and Befriend and Sing and all this other good stuff I'll get into later. So fur coat, super awesome. And the beautiful thing about this ROM hack is I've balanced it so you can switch between you're supposed to be switching between your abilities constantly. So you're going to be using Technician and Skill Link offensively and then fur coat defensively, and that makes this thing a very versatile Pokemon, right? It lets it kind of change roles constantly. So it has lots of awesome Skill Link and Technician boosted moves, despite quote unquote only having, I'm using the term only loosely, 95 base attack. It has very high base power moves with loaded as Technician and Skill Link. The benefit of Skill Link is you can run Choice Scarf because as fast as 115 base speed might look, you're actually only hitting about base 95 speed on the AI unless you get a plus speed nature because of the way speed mechanics work in the game, and the AI is always going to have max speed, right? So you're basically only having like 95-ish base speed. So you're going to be running Scarf Skill Link a lot of the time later on in the game, or Technician like priority stuff. But if there is something that you're faster than naturally, or if you've got a plus speed nature, then you can go crazy with Technician loaded dice, or to one shot something like Bulkier, for example, because loaded dice Technician is 150 power overall, while Skill Link is 125 guaranteed. Because with loaded dice you're getting 4 hits guaranteed, right? So it's 150 with Technician, which is very strong and very good. So in terms of multi-hit moves, they have all of the italicized moves here. So they have Stab, Tail Slap, and Stab Wallop, which is fairy type, multi-hit move. And you've got Pummel and Fury Swipes and Rock Blast and Bullet Seed. So you've got dark fighting, rock and grass coverage. And then you've got a bunch of Technician boosted options. Specifically just like having Stab, Technician, Fake Out in an in-game, it's so strong, right? I mean, you can chip things into range very easily with that strong ass Fake Out. You've got Quick Attack, Befuddle, and Pixie Dust for priority as well for Stab. You've also got First Impression and all this other good stuff. So tons of priority options this thing could take advantage of. But specifically just having that strong Fake Out as well as Double Hit. Double Hit is very strong on this thing. It's 105 power, 100% accurate. So Fake Out at the Double Hit can grab you a bunch of kills. And you've got other coverage Technician options like Knockoff, which becomes 124 power with Technician. You've got some, so Trailblaze and Ice Spinner require you to hold a wide lens. I've actually changed those if you're a long-time viewer or long-time listener, you already know that I've talked about those moves potentially being broken for the player. So I did make them require wide lens to balance them out a bit more. For at least like a a nuzlocke intended playstyle, you're supposed to be playing safely, right? So yeah, they can miss now, but if you do hold wide lens, that's very good because it's 75 to 90 base power coverage that gives you +1 speed, so that's really cool. Charge beam's great. You've got other coverage priority like shockwave, also swift, as well as pixie dust. Those are special priority moves. So like for example, Cinccino early game has equal offenses, and then Cinccino is technically a mixed attacker. So in Sweltering, I actually had it have 95 in both, but I was looking at its design again and thinking about other Pokemon like Wigglytuff, and I was like, I actually think it makes more sense to be specially defensive with that fur coat specifically, because in Sweltering it didn't have fur coat. So I think giving it that fur coat with the good speed F stat is cool. And you've also got like Draining Kiss fur coat, Wish, Encore, all these really good, minus priority baton pass for a slow pivot, U-turn for a fast pivot with fur coat, all types of great ways to abuse fur coat, man. It's super, super fun. It's no longer just like a one trick technician button, right? Which, I mean, is cool in its own right, but I do think having all these new skill link and technician moves is awesome, paired with the defensive utility option of fur coat. You've even got like Serenade, which makes them drowsy. You've got Sing, which won't miss with a wide lens. That's a guaranteed sleep for 2 turns with the wide lens. Cotton Guard is obviously very strong for that point in the game at least. And again, you do have reliable recovery in that Wish. So I do think it's cool to take advantage of that fur coat just whenever you need it. If you need a pivot, for example, you're not always even going to need that technician or skill link boost as well. So you can use fur coat offensively, letting you switch in on something and then kill them with like one of your strong base power moves, right? Like you've got Play Rough, Retaliate, Takedown, Iron Tail, Aqua Tail, Hyper Beam, Giga Impact, all these like high base power moves that you can abuse without even needing to run technician. So it's not always going to be using technician or skill link is my point, and I like that about it. I like that it's more versatile, and obviously the whole fur coat, I didn't even explain fur coat. I don't think I need to. I mean, look at it. It literally has like a fur coat, or like a scarf / coat thing going on. I think it makes a lot of sense. Pretty much all the Pokedex entries talk about it's like fur in some way. So I think having that fur ability is cool, and just making it more of a versatile Pokemon. It's basically, yeah, it's like a fast, bulky offensive utility, and also super just strong, skill link technician, unga bunga Pokemon that can just click buttons, and you can do both, and that's cool. Tidy Up endgame is pretty cool too. For the later half of the game, if you get a Tidy Up with skill link, you kind of go crazy because you can run like Sash, Tidy Up, take a hit, and now you have 125 power moves. You outspeed everything, and your normal fairy plus rock, grass, dark fighting coverage should be more than enough to like sweep through a bunch of Pokemon. The main thing that would stop you would be Quick Claw, but if you plan the fight out accordingly, or you bait the Quick Claw on in early, you get out of the way, or you can just get a couple kills before you get forced out. All that stuff is really good. Or you can even endure on the Quick Claw potentially. You could run like Tidy Up, 2 attacks, endure, Sash for endgame or some shit, and get a bunch of kills with your skill link set. But yeah, obviously Technician Fake Out is always going to be valuable with the other priority moves. Like even just like Life Orb, Technician Fake Out into Befuddle or Quick Attack will get you kills, especially on like frailer Pokemon. So that's always going to be fun. And yeah, overall, very versatile, very cool. I like the buffs and changes here a lot. So I appreciate you listening. If you made it to the end, guys, let me know if you did. Again, look at the screen. You can see all the other Technician options I didn't touch on. There's a couple like special options and other small things like early game stuff. And tons of other great debuffing options I also didn't talk about. Even like Whiplash early game is great for like dropping defense and dealing good damage. You can like Whiplash into a quick attack to finish them off or some shit. I don't know. All types of fun ways to abuse this guy. Also Slack Off, I didn't cover that either. So not only do you have Wish, but you get Slack Off at level 20 for later on. So yeah, shout out to you if you made it to the end. I really do appreciate it, guys. Let me leave a comment down below. Let me know who you are, and I'll be back for more coming up. Peace.